guys, my name is Iris. If you're new here, welcome. I am a self-taught tarot reader and self-proclaimed intuitive person. I'm going to light this Palo Santo very quick. A little bit of lemongrass too. Goodness, it smells good in here. All right, what tarot deck should I pull for you guys today? If you're new tuning in, I believe I have interesting. That Palo Santo had like something, had a weird coating at the end of it or something. I swear, because it had the weirdest. I've like never seen that happen. It like started bubbling up. That's why you gotta be careful where you get this shit from. This was given to me. It's like sizzling. I don't even know if that'll pick up on camera. Weird. Alright. Not to fret. We will clear the energy regardless. Man, what deck do we want to pull? We're going to do the Crystal Oracle. The Crystal Oracle is from Rochelle, probably Rochelle. Rachel or Rochelle, or neither. Charmin? Alright. Spirit. Clear the energy. From the crown and solar plexus down to the root and sacral. Crown, solar plexus, third eye, throat, heart, sacral, root. Not in order. Or did I do that? I didn't intend to do that in order. Collective. I've been getting like, I don't usually intend to do love readings just because I feel like there's so, not that I feel like there's too much of it, I just don't feel like I have anything different to offer as a reader. There are plenty of talented readers that do love readings. It's not that I'm like, I don't do love reading. I hope that came off right. I clearly have a lot of trauma regarding people accusing me of not being genuine when I really have great intentions. I'm a grandma at heart. Alright, collective. Sorry for the rant. Sit up straight. I have the worst posture. I should be doing these readings in a chair. I'm at a new setup. I do have a sofa. I have a bed. But as far as any other furniture goes, I'm pretty friggin' limited right now. So, apologies for the posture. Alright, I think I gave this a pretty decent shuffle. Do it one more. Let me see if I can put this. I'm going to put this where you can actually see. Sorry, guys. Can you see the cards now? A little better. Cool. Alright, shuffle for the collective. I'll have it noted in the description that the reading does not start until 4 minutes and 30 seconds because I'm a yapper. Collective. Love, career, self, family, improvement,
home life, health. What do we have for the collective? I usually have cards. If you've watched any of my readings before, I usually have cards pop out by that point. So the fact that I was able to like give that deck a really good shuffle without anything popping out is awesome. And relevant, which is why I bring that up.
I haven't pulled this one yet. Beautiful, Ganesha. I say Ganesha. Forgive me if I do not pronounce that how you do. I assume that has something to do with Ganesh. Ganesha quartz, soul cleansing, number 28. 28. Let's see what the soul cleansing. This medicine amplifies the energy of Ganesha, the destroyer and mover of obstacles. Ganesha quartz, commonly known as Tibetan quartz, has within it black inclusions that are made of an unidentified mineral that is only found in these special crystals. I know it's not, and I know you probably can't tell from the card. I was repotting plants, and I did wash my hands, but sorry, there's soil in my hands. I was really excited to do this reading. I got a piece of labradorite, just sitting here and charging in the sun, like right out of view, and that's what that crystal looks like. So that's funny. Labradorite could be relevant as well. Pulling this card is a sign that you are about to clear something that has been blocking or hindering your path. You are moving into a very sacred and powerful time that requires a deep space of honor and respect, and Ganesha is here to guide and assist you through this next phase of your journey. Ganesha is a very renowned Hindu deity depicted with an elephant head and is the remover and destroyer of obstacles. Calling in and working consciously with Ganesha will assist you to move the things from your life that no longer serve you or have been causing havoc and upheaval. Are you finding it hard to let go of a toxic relationship or friendship? Are you feeling stuck? Have you been calling for help to release and let go? Have you hit a block in the road? Are you frustrated that you keep getting tipped up by the same issue? Are you struggling to leave a job you're not happy in? There is something currently blocking your growth, so take some precious time to discover what it is and call upon the powerful deity to assist you in removing it. It could be a toxic relationship or friendship, career, an old belief system, destructive patterns, traumas, expectations, thought patterns, addictions, or old, stale emotions held within the body. Whatever it is, know that your contract with this is up and it's now time to let go and move on. Work closely with the Ganesha quartz to open up to this energy and destroy this block once and for all. Connecting with this energy will create tangible and long-lasting change, so it's important to be aware and conscious when working with it. There is no turning back. You have learned the lessons required from your current obstacles, and now it is time to move gracefully along your path. Super random. I usually have a channeled song in every message. I'm not getting a song right now, but I'm getting... your first card is 28, Soul Cleansing. I'm getting whatever you need to work on specifically. I'm about to find in this book. This is the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Great. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a good staple to have in your collection if you're into like spirituality, self-help, anything like that. My dad would always, the Celestine Prophecy, The Secret, the Four Agreements, Power of Love, Behold a Pale Horse. A lot of books like that are things that like my parents kept on the shelf growing up. So like I'd flip through them, but I didn't get my own copy of this book till I was in my early 20s. So let's see what Law 28 is. That was really cool. It hasn't skipped past 33. 28. Enter action with boldness.
If you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution. Timidity.
Being timid is dangerous.
Better to enter with boldness. Any mistakes you commit through audacity are easily corrected with more audacity. Everyone admires the bold. No one honors the timid.
Hesitation puts obstacles in your path. Boldness eliminates them. Once you understand this, you will find it essential to overcome your natural timidity and practice the art of audacity.
The following are among the most pronounced psychological effects of boldness and timidity.
Hesitation creates.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, this is relevant. Okay, you got Ganesha quartz, right? Which is
The
elephant-headed deity. And in this book, there's like they go over things that like kind of go with each law, and then on the side here, there's like little excerpts or stories that go along with that specific like law
of power. And the story right here mentions an elephant. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye.
The path of pleasure never leads to glory.
So like I'm hearing like the tortoise and the hare, like slow and steady might win the race, but
that goes against what? Interesting. I'm going to circle back to that.
The path of pleasure never leads to glory.
The prodigious achievements of Hercules were the result of high adventure, and though there is little,
either in fable or history, to show that he had any rivals, still it is recorded that a knight-errant, in company with a fellow adventurer, sought his fortune in a romantic country. He had not traveled far when his companion observed a post on which was written the following inscription: Brave adventurer, if you have a desire to discover that which has never been seen by any knight-errant, you have only to pass this torrent and then take in your arms an elephant of stone and carry it in one breath to the summit of this mountain, whose noble head seems blended with the sky. But, said the knight's companion, the water may be as deep as well as the water may be as deep as well as rapid, and though notwithstanding we should pass it, why should we be encumbered with the elephant? What a ridiculous undertaking. And philosophically and with nice calculation he observed that the elephant might be carried 4 steps, but for conveying it to the top of the mountain in one breath, that was not in the power of a mortal, unless it should be the dwarf figure of an elephant, fit only to be placed on the top of a stick. And then what honor would there be in such adventure? There is, said he, some deception in this writing. It is an enigma only fit to amuse a child. I shall therefore leave you and your elephant. The reasoner then departed, but the adventurous man rushed with his eyes closed across the water. Neither depth nor violence prevented him. And according to the inscription, he saw the elephant lying on the opposite bank. He took it and carried it to the top of the hill where he saw a town. A shriek from the elephant alarmed the people of the city, who rose in arms, but the adventurer, nothing daunted, was determined to die a hero. The people, however, were awed by his presence, and he was astonished to hear them proclaim his successor to their king, who had recently died. Great enterprises are only achieved by adventurous spirits. They who calculate with too great nicety every difficulty and obstacle which is likely to lie in their way lose that time in hesitation which the more daring seize and render available to the loftiest purposes. Boldness strikes fear. Fear creates authority. Lions circle hesitant prey.
soul cleansing. Let's see what else we have for the collective. What is the next card?
Master 33 at the bottom of the deck.
Maybe you've been looking for a job for a long time. Maybe you've been in a financial rut. Maybe you've been looking for a place for a long time.
Maybe you've been waiting to get back out on the dating scene or something, and you've been, I'm hearing,
you're like, I'm putting in all this effort and getting no results. And I don't mean this negatively, because I've been there where it really probably does feel like you are just exhausting yourself. And it's because you're not exhausting yourself physically, you're exhausting yourself mentally. There's something that you've just got to
snap out of, whether it, and obviously it's easier said than done. I've struggled with depression, I know. Oh, ancient healing cord cutting. I didn't even realize that flipped over. It was just right in my face that whole time. Cord cutting. There's a cord you need to cut.
You need to do a cord cutting ritual.
I mentioned getting back on the dating scene. Maybe you feel like you're like, okay, I've been if this is love, I'm talking to someone that's been single like at least like 6 months plus. You've been like, maybe you've went on a date or two, but you haven't, like, I'm hearing nothing's went like longer than a week. You've really been to yourself. Maybe you've been celibate. You haven't even been intimate with anyone in a very long time.
I just noticed too that some of these cards, and it doesn't say why. Is that not in the guidebook? Ganesh is at the front of the guidebook. I believe that's Ganesh. Ganesha. Ancient healing cord cutting. I'm gonna read what the card says.
But something I just noticed about these cards is that this one, number 28, there's a little heart at the bottom.
And I didn't even notice that.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with this. This is especially because I mentioned too, I'm not trying to do a love reading at the beginning. And I was like, but we'll see what comes out.
You need to cut a cord, and even if this isn't like with a past romantic person, you have like, whether that be like a mother wound, and cord cutting doesn't mean like never gonna speak to your mother again, but there's,
whether you get, not telling you how to do it, like a simple one that's easy for a lot of people that are new to doing things like that. If you feel guided, look at like I'm getting choked up, a 2 candle, tie a string, have 2 candles, put a string around one, tie it around the other, so that it's one string connecting the 2 candles, and then light a flame. If you feel obligated, you can write whatever you want to release onto the candle that represents you.
But I'm getting, if you feel guided to do that, look like I am not educated nor experienced enough to feel comfortable instructing anyone on how
To do that specifically, I'm just getting like look into. I didn't even look that up in the guidebook yet. And I didn't even spit out what I was trying to say. Sorry, so much going on up here. Someone is doing mental gymnastics.
because you're like, oh, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. I'm hearing you have a very good option
In your energy field, whether that's romantically, whether that's the house you're looking for. I'm getting if it's a housing situation,
if it's like you've been looking for a house forever, you've been looking for a job forever.
I'm hearing if you,
Like, I gotta play bad cop here for a second.
but if you're real with yourself,
You have not put the work in. And you might be doing mental gymnastics, putting in all the work up here, but I'm hearing have you ate today? Have you
When's the last time you had like a hot cooked meal? Have you been eating a lot of fast food? Not that there's obviously for financial reasons, obviously not everyone can cook at home every night. It's cheaper to get fast food most places these days, especially if you live alone. But I'm getting like, you could be like stuck in a freeze mode very, very badly, especially because I've been like in my head a lot this whole reading and not a whole lot of talking. Cord cutting. Yeah, I still haven't. Whole lot of thinking, not a lot of doing. I've pulled 2 cards in 20 minutes and still have not read the interpretation from that card on this deck. There's a cord you need to cut, an energetic cord that is like siphoning. Oh, now I'm gonna get all hippy dippy spiritual. Yeah, because I'm feeling it. You could have had like an ex reach out to you in the last few days, and I'm hearing you nipped it in the bud. But that it was 21, right? This could be someone from 2021. Could be someone that maybe you're 21. Could be someone that's 21. Excuse me. There's a cord that is pulling on your energy. And that's not to say you don't have control over it, but that's where I'm hearing like that's where the subconscious, like that's where the rumination is coming from, because every time you could be someone that like uses cannabis or drinks to wind down during the day. No judgment. I'm just when you cannabis has its own, and you can like, I'm gonna lose a lot of people with what I'm about to say. I'm like, and no worries. I've done a lot of psychedelics. I've went through a lot of therapy, and I've had a lot of crazy shit happen very quickly in life. I've watched a lot of loved ones go through some crazy shit. I've watched people die in very crazy ways. So I hate to get all like, ooh, on you, whoever this resonates for. But you've, see, I couldn't even remember. I cannot get to my point. You've got a, let's see what the cord cutting says. Cord cutting. The medicine of this crystal holds the secrets to crystal healing and is a great tool for cutting etheric cords. The ancient healing crystal is a revered and sacred tool for many crystal healers. It looks very similar to a quartz point crystal, however, it has many ancient markings on the body keeps the score. It has many ancient markings on the body and a unique shape that allows you to tell them apart. It forms a sharp laser point at the end, and often has a base with a diagonal angle. You have moved into a time of cleansing and are being given an opportunity to clear your energy. Ganesha the Destroyer, clearing out conflict, clearing out blockages, clearing out discord that needs to be cut. Lately you have been taking on other people's vibes, and now it is time to cut the cords. You may be asking, what are etheric cords? These cords are created when you have a codependent relationship. It could be a parent. These cords are created when you have a codependent relationship with another person and I said someone is siphoning your energy, and can drain you of energy and cause feelings of guilt and obligation. You have the job offer of a lifetime either about to come your way or you just got it. You either have the romantic partner of I'm hearing your dream person is in your energy. You could have already met them, and it has not hit you yet, because there is some energetic cord just siphoning your energy, because someone can, and I said like you could have had an ex reach out to you within the last few days, maybe someone from 2021. There's something that you genuinely feel in your heart, like, okay, I'm over it, whatever, like I'm moving on, and you're in new energy, but you've just got to you've got to take the time to take the initiative
to put in that energy for yourself, to put that energy toward, okay, no, I'm cutting this off, I'm cutting that cord, and that will sever it. Because I'm like trying so hard not to be like, what?
Freaking people at 5:55 my time.
These cords are created when you have a codependent relationship with another person and can drain you of energy and cause feelings of guilt and obligation. They are a natural part of having a human connection and nothing to be ashamed of or worried about. However, it's time to set yourself free from emotional restraints as they are currently not serving you.
You have etheric cords with your children, parents, friends, partners, work colleagues, and clients, and you can even have cords to material things such as houses or places. I mentioned maybe if you've moved a lot,
I'm hearing there's a house, or there's like a jewelry, there's something from a house that you're holding on to because you're like, oh,
I'm hearing you have pictures of that house. You have pictures that you were there. You have pictures of the inside. Keep those, print them if you feel like you need to, and then cut the cord.
Because it is not your manifestations and what wants to come into your energy that I'm hearing is already there. It's not coming into your energy
because, and although it's coming from a compassionate place, if you're in the mentality of
and it can happen without us even I feel like most times it happens without us even realizing it.
If you're like, for example, if this is love, let's say you have an ex from years ago, or even maybe months ago, but let's just say you are, whoever this is, I can tell you genuinely feel like you are over this. You are past it. You are moved on from it.
But if you've kind of just let it go, as much as that seems like the right thing to do, it's like energetically you've kind of left an open door. Energetically you've left a decision to still be made, if that makes sense. If you've done mushrooms, I'm like, there's a very, if I could draw this, like,
in future readings I'll have like a whiteboard behind me or something, I swear. But there is significance in energetic cords, and it's
not a literal cord, rope, but it's an energetic vibrational cord that part of you is still pulling to a past. So you are not in your present energy, because if you were,
let's say, in the energy of,
like, let's say you're in the energy of, your dream person is coming toward you. If your ex reaches out to you from however long ago and you're done with this person, if you react to that by
just blocking them,
ignoring it, that might seem like the right thing to do, right? That's what I would do. But on an energetic level, if you're not making it clear,
what you want. So I'm hearing if an apartment reaches out to you, and let's say they're continuing to reach out to you, and you haven't just told them like, hey, no, I'm not interested, I'm gonna look elsewhere, or I've already found another place.
You are energetically still leaving it open. You are energetically leaving yourself open to the possibility of still getting that apartment that you might not even want. And if this isn't like black and white, obviously, sometimes just blocking the person will do enough to cut the cord, and maybe you've already,
without knowing it subconsciously in your dreams, maybe you've already cut the cord without knowing it. I'm not saying blocking people is going to keep them in your energy. That's not what I'm saying.
Sorry, cat yawned. You've got death breath, buddy. Goodness. He's got the kind of breath that he opens his mouth and you smell
across the room. And he doesn't have bad teeth. He just,
maybe a little bit of feline gum disease, huh? But yes, and then like with the housing situation, if
you're looking at apartment after apartment after apartment, and you're like, they're all okay, but they're not my old house back in I'm hearing Oregon. You gotta cut the cord and accept that that house in Oregon was not your dream house, and like you love it, and you held good memories there, and you have pictures that you'll cherish forever, and blah 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 blah. And maybe you taught your firstborn how to. Maybe your firstborn took their first steps in that house. Maybe your first. Maybe you learned how to ride a bike at this house. Maybe you had generations of family grow up at this house. But if you don't cut that, if you don't, and it doesn't have to be lighting a candle, it doesn't have to be physically breaking a necklace or cutting a cord. Like I hope that makes sense. It's the intent of action of cutting that cord will bring in your manifestations. I'm gonna finish reading the guidebook. I do feel like we are nearing the end of the message. You can have etheric cords with your children, parents, friends, partners, work colleagues, and clients. And you can even have cords to material things such as houses or places. When these relationships are out of balance, they can create etheric cords that can cause some issues. It's important to be aware of it so it can be managed effectively. Have you been feeling drained by a certain person? Do you think about a person frequently and can't get them from your mind? That is like a huge sign that there's a cord you need to cut, especially if it's unpleasant. Like obviously if you're a mother thinking about your kids all day, like if your kid's in your head, if you have a mother and you're watching my tarot readings, I hope you're not trying to cut a cord with your child, especially if they're still living with you and they are a child and not an adult. Anyways, are you worried about, right with the mom with kids, are you worried about someone more than usual? Do you find yourself returning to unhealthy relationships or friendships? Similar to the importance of having a clean physical body, you also have to clean your energy body, which means for you right now that it's time to cut some cords. It's a very simple and easy process, and it's a good thing to remember that you never cut the cords of love, just the cords that are keeping you stuck or drained. That's the other thing I was trying to touch on. Like, you don't have to... Like, I'm really getting with the exes, too. If you have someone that continues to keep... I'm getting this specifically. You might have... it could be multiple, it doesn't have to be one. You got game, doesn't have to be one person. People like you. You could have, like, like, maybe they come in threes. You have, like, a few exes that keep coming back around. And I'm hearing, like, maybe it used to be funny, but now you're at the point where you're like, okay, I don't want to keep doing this. Like, I'm hearing, you're like, I'm grown now. If I'm married with kids in a couple years, I don't want to have little Robbie from, or I don't want to have, just heard Tanisha. I know a Tanisha, that's super random. Sorry, Tanisha. I know she'd never watched this if she did, it'd be hella funny. Not picking my nose, sorry, the nose ring's crooked. But if those exes keep coming around, ask yourself, what is your response every time they come around? Because if you're still getting that message, that means they're, and I'm not blaming, like this is how I've had people message me and I'm like, oh my god, I thought I had this blocked. Cool. Now it's gonna look like I was welcoming this. Say something shitty back, like, obviously you're not intending to still deal with these people. That's why they're coming back around to try to get back in your energy. But the thing with blocking is if you are not explicitly saying, like, you don't have to be long about it, just, and that's what I was getting at, you don't have to release people with hatred. You can release them with love and cut that cord. It's all about cutting the cord. Like, the next time you have an ex come around and message you, like, hey, hope you're doing well. Or, hey, it's Christmas, I'm thinking about you. You're playing a guitar, it's not the same without you. Like, whatever they say to try to rope you back in, you don't even have to acknowledge it. Just say, like, hey, got your message. I wish you the best, but I don't wish to continue having contact in the future. By setting that intention, you are now welcoming in whatever is wanting to come in and clear these blockages, because you have been like, okay, my dream person is coming in, therefore I cannot have Billy, Bobby, and Johnny hitting me up from high school wondering what that mouth do, you know? You're like, I'm a married woman now, I'm a married man now. Was there anything else on that cord cutting page? Yes, sorry. When these relationships are out of balance, they can create etheric cords that can cause some issues. It's important to be aware of it so it can be managed effectively.
I think I already read that part. Yeah, I did. Sorry. Similar to the importance of having a clean physical body, you also have to clean your energy body, which means for you right now that it's time to cut some cords. It is a very simple and easy process, and it's good to remember that you never cut the cords of love, just the cords that are keeping you stuck or drained. It's time to set yourself free from any restraints that have been keeping you held down. Once you do this, you will feel refreshed and full of energy. But it did say, you know, that this, it doesn't, okay. The ancient healing crystal is a revered and sacred tool. It may look similar to a quartz point, however, it has many ancient markings on the body. This looks a lot like angel aura quartz, which is,
yes.
It's like a raw cut, not smooth. You need if it's smooth, it needs to be like, maybe tumbled is one thing, but if you, like, you need a raw crystal with a point at the end of it. Something that catches the light.
Hold that in one hand.
Make some time when you won't be interrupted. Close your eyes and relax into your sacred space. Call in the diva to assist in the process. Visualize the person or object with whom you would like to cut cords. See them in a golden sphere of light. Become aware of any energy cords and ask the divas to help sever the cords. Take a few deep breaths as you see the cords being cut. See a green, that's heart chakra, see a green healing light go into the places where the cords were. Send love from your heart into their heart and they will send it back. Stay in this space until you feel the energy disperse. Thank the person, the divas, and yourself. The card after that is one love, unconditional love. And I feel like after you do that,
you are going to have the craziest, like, influx of just good happening. Like, I'm seriously feeling it. It's going to be like I'm hearing triple whammy. Like, you're going to have, like, even if you're not looking for a new place right now, I'm hearing, like, some things are about to happen once you cut whatever cords need to be cut. And it could be something as significant as, like, maybe you were married, maybe you had children with someone, and maybe you feel like you're like, we co-parent, okay, but he still wants to sleep with me. You just make it clear, like, whether that's over text, phone call, conversation, like, the whole gist of this message is that it's not about what you say, it's not even about what you say, it is the intent of action behind whatever you say or do. You are, by telling someone, like, hey, I don't want to keep entertaining this, like, I wish you the best, but I don't want to keep getting these messages in the future, like, by doing that, you're not only letting that person know, like, hey, not interested, and cutting that cord through that person, you're letting the universe know, like, hey, do you see what I did? Okay, I don't want any more of this, so I'm like, okay, can we, like, clear that out? Can we clear this out of my space now? Let's see. What is the outcome for the collective? What is the outcome? This is a great reading.
Do we have some love addicts, or do we have some
trauma bonds that need to be broken? Maybe you are maybe you're in recovery.
You got number 27.
This card has a heart on it as well. 27, Amethyst Awakening. Amethyst Awakening, excuse me. Healing Addictions, 27. That's ironic, it's card 27. You could be 27, maybe you have very specific, and
I had like a weird feeling in my gut when I just thought of that. You could have, I'm hearing someone lost someone to addiction. and you feel like you can't meet anyone, and it was, if it wasn't your partner, it's someone that you
Viewed romantically, if you never got to get to that, if you never made it a romantic connection with this person that's like a friend that you were always in love with, or you
lost someone to addiction, and you have a very strong cord there, whether you realize it or not. And this could be
someone that's still alive that you feel like you lost to addiction.
I was getting like a passed on
Energy, especially with the 27. Let's see what that card says according to the guidebook.
27. Amethyst Awakening, healing addictions. The medicine of Amethyst Awakening helps to dissolve old addictive behaviors and patterning. The Amethyst Awakening crystal, super specific. I just heard like someone's addiction is people pleasing, and it's not even that you like it. It's just it's the same way in this. I've been an addict of different things at many times. I've been an alcoholic at times. Not I've been at times. I am an alcoholic. I'm sober now, but I'm an alcoholic, and if you have been an alcoholic or you identify as an alcoholic, you know how that goes. So I, very randomly, but I'm getting like, and I just lost it. That is so fucking funny. There was something so specific I was gonna say. It like interrupted my thought. People pleasing. What was I going to say? Oh, you could do it without even realizing it. Like, it's not that you're addicted. Like, oh, I love people pleasing. Usually, most people pleasers don't. They cannot wait for the next moment that they are alone because all they have done all day is run out their social battery people pleasing. So whether it's like, that goes right back to that cord cutting card. It's like, whether you realize it or not, there is something that is just siphoning your energy. Cutting that cord is going to lead to awakening. The Amethyst Awakening crystal has the same structure as an awakening crystal. However, it is an amethyst crystal and can be identified by its purple hues. They have different sized chambers, all clustered together to make a single body. Identifying an awakening crystal can be a little tricky at first, but once you get to know them, you certainly can't miss them. I'm hearing that's relevant about whatever partner is about to come in. You, because of whatever cords have not been cut, I'm like, I hate saying this, but if not the person that you settle down with forever, this is someone that is going, like, if you don't end up with this person long term, they're gonna stay in your life. Like, this is you've made like a lifelong friend, regardless of where this goes. There's someone new that's in your energy that you've met recently. You have them on social media. You're about to meet them. They could be in a Capricorn or an Aquarius. With that, I believe Amethyst is Capricorn and Aquarius birthstone. Or no, February, so that'd just be Aquarius and Pisces. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces, since I said Cap. But what I was getting about your person is that last line, identifying them can be a little tricky at first, but once you get to know them, you certainly can't miss them. That's how this person is going to be in your energy. I'm hearing like you kind of had some feelings, like maybe when you met this person, you're like, wow, love at first sight is real, or like I'm hearing like you've had these thoughts about them, but you haven't allowed yourself to really think about it because I'm hearing like you've got you got high chords and low places. What does that even mean? Isn't high friends and low places? Where's my laptop? I'm getting a song for you guys. I don't have a way to look it up without pausing the live right now. But let's see if there's anything left in this guidebook regarding that card. Oh, we've got a little bit to read. You have entered into a powerful and important time when you have the ability and strength to heal your addictive behaviors. You are encouraged to be honest and ask yourself exactly what your addictions are. An addiction is anything you can do An addiction is anything you do that encourages you to escape from your pain. It can even be something that seems positive for you, however, when done with the intention of escape, becomes a distraction. I've been talking a lot about like my cannabis use lately. You could relate to that. I'm someone that will shout from the rooftops, it's not addictive, it doesn't cause withdrawals, I have no physical dependence on it. But I'm also pretty aware of the fact that I haven't taken more than a week without using cannabis at some point since I was 15 years old. Almost 16, but 15. So yeah. So I'm getting, it could be something that seems positive for you. Whatever cord this is, you need to cut. Whatever addiction it is, you need to release. It's like, it's not like I'm hearing it's not harmful. Like, it doesn't seem harmful. Like, maybe, let me get like deep here for a second. Maybe you're a sex addict. Maybe you're safe with it. So you're like, well, I'm getting pleasure out of it. Both parties are consenting. We're both happy. We're both aware that neither of us want a relationship. We're both aware we're seeing other people and using protection. But at the end of the day, it's like you're still ruminating like, why haven't I found my person? Because you're still putting it energetically into the atmosphere that you don't necessarily want to find your person right now, because you're still entertaining, goodness, hair's crazy, sorry, because you're still entertaining all of these other options. An addiction is anything you do that encourages you to escape from your pain. It can even be something that seems positive for you, however, when done with the intention of escape, becomes a distraction. It is a normal part of the psyche to run from pain, but it is now time to stop, surrender, and sit with why you feel the need to numb yourself. Addiction breeds shame, and shame keeps you held in addiction. So the first step is to come to terms with and heal the shame. It is important to be extremely gentle and kind in this process and give yourself lots of love and care. When your emotions get too intense, do you indulge in something to ease the pain? And I, as a cannabis user, goodness gracious, do I relate to that? Have you been stuck in an addictive pattern? Have you got an addictive personality, or has an addiction got a hold of you and you're not sure what to do? Have you been asking for help with your addiction struggles? Are you feeling shame around your addiction? This is a powerful time to release awareness around your pattern and delve deeper into a place of self-love and acceptance. It is time to take back your power and love your addictions free. This powerful crystal has arrived at the perfect time to guide and support you and holds the medicine of healing addictive patterns. Make sure you work with the diva and at some point ask yourself what pattern is coming up for you. Why are you numbing your pain? Ask for guidance as you take this very potent and sacred journey back to your heart. If things get too much for you, make sure to source support from a professional. It is time to heal any shame, forgive yourself, and love your addictions free. You've spent years soothing yourself. This is like something that's been going on for a while. You have spent years soothing yourself with your addiction, and you need to shower yourself with love and kindness. Collective, that's what I got for you. Well overdue for a cord cutting ritual, whoever this resonates with. I'm hearing like, if you have like a free night to do it, even if I'm hearing it will be worth it. So let's say if I'm getting whoever this resonates for, you're probably like arguing with me the whole time I'm saying this. You like, whether you realize it or not, the reason this has not happened yet is because you will make excuses. And they're good excuses, but like, let's say you work full time. Let's say you work full time, or you work part time and then you have kids that you have custody of. Or let's say you're a stay-at-home mom and you got 2 toddlers, or just one kid. One kid is enough. There's something that does take up a lot of your time and energy
but you've been kind of using that as the excuse when it's really something else that's blocking you from, like, taking the time to think about things. And I'm not hearing you need weeks. It's just like little things will add up to this cord cutting. Like, I'm hearing someone needs to go through their camera roll. Go through your camera roll, like, deep. I'm hearing you need to do, like, a deep delete. And I'm hearing when you do that, there's going to be, like, people on there that you're like, oh, I didn't want that picture on my phone. But yeah, someone's got to go through their pictures. Someone's got to go through their contacts. Hearing clean your car out. Like, me, even little, like, I'm hearing it's like physical things that are holding energy. And if you're someone that, like, believes in that, like, I'm someone that really believes in that. I feel like if my ex-boyfriend gave me this lighter and we break up, first thing I'm doing is getting rid of this lighter. Whereas a lot of people might just be like, it's just a lighter, it's not that deep. That might be true for you, but I feel that because I'm someone that believes that is the vibration I am on, so therefore I am aware of the vibration that this lighter from my ex-boyfriend would hold, so there's a cord there. There's an energetic cord there, because unless you would want to hang on to it, why not get rid of it? There are other lighters out there. Yeah, I don't know. I keep harping. I've only pulled 3 cards for you guys. Getting a lot of songs by A Perfect Circle in my head, and I'm not even really like a huge fan of that band. If it's like you kept like the old keys to a house, or you kept a book that someone gave you, there's like something you got to clean out or go through, like obviously not spring cleaning, early fall cleaning, whatever you want to call it. You're gonna go through something, clean something out, or someone's gonna text you, and when they text you, it's gonna catch you off guard, and then you're gonna realize, like, wow, I can, like, feel how they've been pulling on my energy. And it could be, I'm hearing it's gonna be like if it's people reaching out, it's gonna, like, I kept hearing triple whammy, like, you're gonna be like, Johnny, Billy, Bobby, like, or like Crystal, Sandy, Megan, like, and you're gonna be like, that's why I couldn't find anybody. I wasn't even thinking about them, but they were thinking about you, and they were pulling on your energy, my friend, whoever this resonates for. But yeah, I'm gonna throw these back in the deck. If you watched this far, thanks for hanging out. I will pop back on here shortly for another reading, and thank you, Spirit, for the messages for the collective. If you would like to book a personal reading, information for that will be in the description box. It's also on my page. If you feel guided to hang out on Instagram, I am at Loner, Loner Design Co. I sell handmade jewelry, home decor, gifts, keychains, all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, don't think I'm leaving anything out. See you guys in a little bit.